Once upon a time, in a small, cozy village nestled between rolling green hills, there lived a curious young boy named Tommy. Tommy's eyes sparkled with wonder, and his heart was full of dreams that stretched as far as the endless sky. Tommy had a special bond with his wise old grandfather, whom everyone affectionately called Grandpa Joe. One bright and sunny morning, as Tommy sat on Grandpa Joe's porch, he looked up at the sky and asked, "Grandpa, what's the secret to a happy and successful life?" Grandpa Joe smiled, his eyes twinkling like stars, and said, "Ah, Tommy, I'll tell you a story that holds the key to happiness and success." Tommy leaned in closer, eager to hear his grandfather's tale. Once upon a time, in this very village, Grandpa Joe began. There lived a humble farmer named Oliver. He had a small plot of land, a cozy little house, and a heart full of gratitude for the simple joys of life. Tommy listened intently as Grandpa Joe continued. One day, a traveling merchant passed through our village. He was rich, with a grand carriage and clothes made of silk. He offered Oliver a deal, a bag of magical seeds in exchange for his farm. The merchant promised that these seeds would grow into the most magnificent treasures in the world. "Wow, Grandpa! That sounds amazing," Tommy exclaimed. Grandpa Joe nodded and said, "Indeed, Tommy, it did sound tempting." But Oliver, wise as he was, declined the offer. He loved his little farm too much to part with it for mere promises of treasures. As the days passed, Oliver planted his regular seeds and tended to his farm with love and care. His crops flourished, and soon, people from neighboring villages marveled at his lush fields. He shared his bountiful harvest with those in need and became known for his generosity and kindness. "Grandpa, why didn't Oliver take the magical seeds?" Tommy asked, puzzled. Grandpa Joe replied, "You see, Tommy, the true magic wasn't in those seeds, but in Oliver's heart. His kindness and gratitude for what he had brought him more happiness than any treasure ever could." Years passed, and the once wealthy merchant's riches vanished as quickly as they had come. He was left with nothing but regret and loneliness. Meanwhile, Oliver's farm continued to thrive, and he remained content, surrounded by friends and the love of the village. Tommy smiled and said, "So Grandpa, the secret to happiness and success is being grateful for what we have and being kind to others." Grandpa Joe ruffled Tommy's hair and said, "You've got it, my dear Tommy. Treasure the simple joys, be kind, and you'll find true happiness and success, just like Oliver." As the sun began to set, painting the sky with brilliant colors, Tommy held his grandfather's hand tightly. Grandpa Joe's story had left a warm glow in Tommy's heart, and he knew that the lessons he had learned would stay with him forever. And so, the young boy and his wise grandfather watched the sun go down, grateful for each other's company, and for the simple, beautiful moments that filled their lives.